R&B Money.
When do you get from that? When you make that jump from Cleveland to, is it Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta was the first transition. So from those same YouTube videos that Yanni found me on, and they were super janky and old. I did them in like my dorm or something years prior. But Tyler Perry saw some of them, and I did a play with him, and that was the thing that sort of just changed my life again. It was called Medea's Big Happy Family.
Oh, you was on one of the Medea joints.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, okay. And this was very. Right after I graduated, and I was working a regular job.
Okay, shout out to that she graduated.
Oh,
you know, everybody don't graduate.
Everybody don't graduate.
You know what? Tank didn't graduate.
I didn't graduate.
Jay didn't go.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's okay.
I went for a little bit.
She's so funny. That's okay too.
Right.
No, it's
we
not.
all got our
No,
own
it's not.
path. Look, I find some of the most successful people did not finish.
I had a full scholarship.
Where did you go?
Morgan State.
Oh, come on, flex. What were you studying?
I was studying music. I had a full scholarship in music.
Wow.
And I was minoring in piano, and it became work.
I could imagine.
And I didn't sign up for work, and then on top of it becoming work, now you want me to do homework. Like you want my English and math, like you want me to turn in stuff.
You have deadlines?
I got deadlines.
Ooh.
What?
And then they're grading you?
And then you're grading me? How dare you?
How were your grades?
Huh?
How were your grades?
When?
Man. Nigga said when. When you went to school,
college.
how were your grades?
I don't know.
Wait, how long did you last?
A month and a half.
You sound like Devin.
He didn't get grades. In a month and a half, you don't get grades, bro.
I didn't get grades.
I didn't even go, and I know that.
Dang, were your parents tripping?
My parents didn't know what I was doing. Like, cause I was just in search, you know what I mean? And in between, I still had my church, stuff going or what have you that I was doing. So I had that. But then when it came to the school, I just didn't know. I didn't know where I was going because I wanted to play football. Football is where I was going. I'm going to play, running back for somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where my heart was.
Yeah.
And so when that didn't materialize, and the school was trying to get me to school, I was
how
like,
dare it?
Yeah, how dare it? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do the music, and I just dove heavily. It's almost like the universe didn't give me an option.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the scholarship was one thing, but in terms of how it felt, it didn't feel good. It didn't feel right.
And once that happens, man, what are you doing?
And so I immediately abandoned it because it wasn't fulfilling to me. But when I would get in that studio, or or go live and be playing, for whatever church, whatever band, like that felt right. I was like, man, let me just live in here and see what happens with this, you know what I'm saying? And then I went on tour and all that cool stuff. But you go to Atlanta.
I did. So I did the play, and after
shout out to Tyler Perry too. Can we do that?
Shout out to Tyler Perry.
Yeah, so you giving opportunities.
A lot of opportunity to people.
Absolutely.
And this was when YouTube. This was really early in the YouTube era when they still had like direct messages. So I thought that it was like spam. I didn't believe that this was really his team reaching out to me, and so the message went like unresponded for a couple months, and I actually missed the opportunity to be an actor in it. But then by the time I reached out, they just had me sing background. So that's what I ended up doing. I was an understudy and I sang background on that tour. And then after that, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not working a regular job. I'm going to use this money, and I would go back and forth to LA and Atlanta from Cleveland still and write. I would get in with Yanni. I was getting in with Eric Bellinger at the time. We were hella young.
Yeah.
And oh goodness, just writing, and then I got a publishing deal and I moved to Atlanta. And then a week after I met Devin. And that was it, my husband.
So let's go through those progressions, right? Because the tour, I've been on plays.
Yeah.
Really dope experience.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, especially on stage, it's a real acting boot camp. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no
like
takes.
A runaway train.
Man, what? Ain't no takes, ain't no do-overs.
I learned so much from that time.
So you go from the plays and then, you know, you start writing, you know, these songs, you're still working with Yanni.
Yeah.
How does LA come into play? Like, how do you get to LA? You say you're going
Is
back
Yanni
and
in
forth
LA or
to
he's in Atlanta?
Yanni at this point has moved to Los Angeles.
Got
So
it.
I was just sleeping on the couch. I would go out there and work, you know, while he was out there.
Got it. And then you said publishing deal. So how do you get into a conversation about a publishing deal? Had you placed records, or was it just based on the records that you had built in terms of the catalog?
It was the catalog, and I had placed a few records on Maya at the time.
Hey,
shout out to Maya.
Shout out to Maya.
Yeah.
So, and another one who took a risk on me very early on. So, yeah, I think I had like...
I can see that.
Yeah.
I
No,
see
she's
that.
amazing.
I see you guys as kindred spirit. I see that. Yeah.
My
Were you
fellow
already vegan
sister.
then?
Fellow
I wasn't. I thought it was so wild. Like her vegan stuff. I remember her eating like fruit, like some mangoes with cayenne on it, and that's all she's eating. I'm like, that's all you gonna eat today? Like nothing else is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. But yeah, she's been vegan since before it was like trendy.
No, she been doing it.
She been about that life. So yeah, it was just pretty much the catalog I had, and then some of the records I did with Maya, and yeah, and then I used the money to go to Atlanta. I don't know. I mean, I guess I know why I didn't do LA. My manager at the time lived in Atlanta, so I went down there. Askia, he was managing me at the time, and so yeah, I went to Atlanta and I was just working and writing. And like I said, a week or two, there was a writing camp 2 weeks after I moved to Atlanta, and that's where I met Devin, and we were just putting a session together and just hit it off, man. And that was like my creative match. So yeah, that changed everything.
R&B